Okay, we are here in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, and this is a very old, very unique graveyard here. This is easily mid 1800s. Here's 1878. Most of these stones, you can't read anything, hardly anything on them anymore. Here's the clasped hands that you see in many of my videos. This looks like it's 1802. There are plenty of soldiers here. Civil War and others here. We don't know yet. I just discovered this. But what's interesting about this is 1873. And what's interesting about this, there is a lot of slate tombstones here with hand carvings on them. This place is pretty old. Here's 1871. Macy J. Blau, 1871. This place is huge. I've never been here before. A lot of these aren't even marked. The other ones, they're so old, worn down. You can't even read hardly anything. This person died in 1904. (1889). The clasped hands. Very old cemetery. But this is what's... Look at all of these slate stones here as used as headstones. So 1862. J. Bistel. 1867. Jones Bistel. Let's go down the line because this is the first time I'm seeing these. This looks like 1869. Annie Davis. Carved on the angle, 1871. This is right off the main road called Scalp Avenue, Johnstown, Pennsylvania. I've seen this place before driving by, but I've never stopped here because I didn't think it was that old because there's a lot of mixture. But the part you can see from the road, 1876, the part you can see from the road shows basically the newer ones. So I never knew that these very old tombstones here existed here. So this is my first time. Susanna. I can't see the date. You can see the old repairs were done, but the information is gone. Oh, here we go. Let's go see some more of these slab ones because this is the ones that interest me the most because like I said, they're all hand carved. 1829. Wow, this one's really old. 1829. This one's unmarked on this side. We'll go down these rows here. Can't read it. That looks like 1879 maybe. No markings. Unreadable. There's so many of them here, so This place is huge. It goes on and on and on. There's a modern church here. Probably where the older church once stood, probably. I don't know. I'll stop at the ones that have markings if I see that they have markings, but I'm not seeing markings on any of these. Yeah, they don't really have markings. I don't know if these are slate stones. I really can't tell. We'll go on the other side too. Maybe there's markings on the other side. But it's really 1875. That's in pretty good shape for, looks like somebody put new bases there. Really old. So far, I think, what did we find? 1829, I think, was the oldest. So, I'm not seeing markings on these, folks. Oh, here's one. Let's see what this says. 1838, died. Memory of John Harshberger. Died November 1838. There's many of them out here. So I'm assuming what I'm finding too, the first ones and the oldest ones were usually closest to the church. I think the more important they were, also, they put them closer to the church. I'm not really sure. But all these markers, there's no names on any of these. Let's see, maybe on the other side. No, no names. No names, nothing. It's kind of sad, you know? You get buried somewhere and they couldn't even put your name on there. I don't know what's up with that. 1884 or 54. Oh, look at these. I've never seen this. These are wooden. These are actually wooden slates from like a tile roof, you know, old wooden tiles for a house. And then you have these, but nothing on them, no. Oh, these are so old. Yeah, I'm surprised all this time. I didn't know this place had such old stones here. Looks like 1874. Wow. This is a surprise to me. And of course, yes, it looks like there's a lot of vets out here. Anna Weaver. Oh, this is called, I think, the Women's Auxiliary, maybe? So they had some kind of women's auxiliary that I'm sure they were supporting, you know, the soldiers. And this is unusual. This there was something there at one time. Also, if you see my other videos, I found a wingard, another wingard name out here. Let's explore a little bit. This place is gigantic. 1861. Wow, these are old too. 1861. 1870. Speaking of wingers, if you see my other videos, I have the Wingard Family Farm Cemetery on another video. So the wingers are a pretty popular name out here. Here's an old one, completely taken back to nature. No, nothing on there. That looks like 18. I'm not even going to try to guess. Let's see. Let's check out these. That looks like 1896. Can't really read it now. This one, I know it's for an infant because I've seen so many of these now. They put a little lamb or dove, this is a lamb, on top of the baby's infant's stones. And there's no writing on it. But this place, like I said, was a big surprise for me. I didn't realize, I should ask the church, maybe do some more research on this. Here is World War US veteran. It doesn't say 1 or 2. And I'm assuming it is for this person. Looks like 18. Well, it can't be World War I even. I don't know. Just everywhere I turn around, this is 1897 it looks like. Everywhere I turn around, I'm seeing these very old stones here. That's 1905. Eve Thomas. And you can see just how big this place is. It goes all the way over that knoll, continues to go down there. I might have to make a part 2 on this one. It's so big. Oh, and also if you hear a bunch of motorcycles in the background, every year Johnstown has this motorcycle rally. It's called Thunder in the Valley. That's what's going on right now. Thunder in the Valley. It's very popular out here. And you'll hear a lot of motorcycles in the background. There's hundreds. People come from all over, different states, different counties. It's a big deal here. 1886. Oh, here's some in the ground. Let's see what they say. 1890s looks like. Yeah, 1897. That's 19 something. But I'm seeing some headstones out here I've never seen before. Here's another war veteran. I think that's World War II. '30s, early 20s. Like I said, there's so many very old ones. A lot of these are in the ground. There's a bunch of them in the ground actually, a bunch of them. You can't really read what's on there. I'm trying to find the oldest ones. Oh, here we go. These are Civil War. Civil War soldiers here. There's a bunch of them actually. Yeah, you see that flag with a pole emblem there? That's Civil War. Oh yeah, okay. So I noticed this flag with pole right here. I've seen these here in Pennsylvania at least. You cannot see it so clearly here, but it's a flag on a pole. And I don't know if that's representing the state Pennsylvania flag or just it's a Civil War. I've seen them on a lot of Civil War soldier tombstones. Here's another one. So you see a lot of those. That's a dead giveaway for Civil War. There's a bunch of old ones here. Early 1800s. That looks like, you can't really tell. Could be early 1800s, that's for sure, but the date's kind of worn off. There's a bigger slate slab that also doesn't have any writing on it. That's actually only 1924, it says. So here's a lot of flags. This is the newer section, but this might be, I'm not sure what veterans this flag represents. This is obviously much more modern. Oh, the fire department. Okay. I thought it was a... There is a firehouse very close to here too. So some of these have veteran tags and World War II. Okay. So some of these guys were veterans turned firemen after the war, you know. So they get double banners. Oh, this is an old, here's another World War II. Paul Hoffer, Sergeant, U.S. Army, World War II. He survived the war, that was good. Much respect for all you war veterans. Here's another infant's 1923. There's a better view. I don't like to see infant graveyards, but infants had a higher mortality rate back in those days. So there's a couple old ones over here. I could spend days and days, and I might have to make part two because I'm going to get in the car and drive around to see where if there's other older ones. But I can see a couple of them peppered out throughout here, which is kind of unusual. So if you took away all the newer stones out of here, and then every once in a while you'll see an older one sticking out, and you got to ask yourself, well, like there's an older one in there sitting in the back there. You got to ask yourself, well, why would they bury somebody in the old days way over there out in the middle away from everybody else? Or there are a lot more graves here that are just forgotten and nobody knows about, and they just buried a newer generation on top of them. I don't know. This one actually says baby on it. I've never seen that one before, that type in before. There's two infants. Oh, this was a 2-year-old, 1916 to 1918. And there's the lamb. So here's one with, I've never seen this style before. Hostetler. That's a famous name out here. I've seen this on several buildings. You see that name, Hostetler. all sort of like all over Pennsylvania. It's a famous name. So I don't know any Hostettlers personally. Oh, here's one. Here's a Peter Hostetler. Died 1863. So this is kind of an old one. So I guess the Hostettlers had money because they could afford stones like this, and a lot of them own businesses out here because I've seen it. Born 1835. Okay, you know what? Oh, here we go. Look here. Look at this. Moved from Hostetler Farm, 1972. So I was right. So Hostettlers, here's another one. It was a big family, it looks like, because I've seen them all over the place. Oh, wow. I'm just noticing they're everywhere here. Here's another Hostetler. There's another. Back there. These are newer ones, but they're everywhere. Okay, let's go back. I'm learning too as we go, folks. And when I see stuff like that, then I see, oh, well, I've seen that name, and now I can have a little bit more information on the Hostettlers. A couple old ones over here I wanted to see. (1890, 1907), at rest wife. At rest mother. 1909. 1903. Here's another Vietnam vet. I'm sorry, not Vietnam. Civil War. Here's another infant. Yeah, so I got somebody checking me out, videotaping, slowed way down in their car. I rarely see anybody out here, or I mean any of these graveyards here. I don't know what he thinks I'm doing, but 1924. I've never seen this style before. So here's a couple old ones. Like I said, it's kind of weird, you know, like, okay, so you see that these are all newer ones. And then over here, there's like 4 or 5 smaller ones kind of bunched together. But you have to ask yourself, why did they do that? And are we walking on top of other stones or burials? Here's 1860, it's pretty old. Mary Ann Thomas, wife of Henry Esch, and buried next to Henry Esch, which looks like he died later, 1874. 1910s, 1902. (1902), 1900. You know, so it's kind of weird. There's another war veteran. Oh, here's a World War I. You don't see that often. Somebody put a penny on there. Elmer J. Anders, Pennsylvania. Aero Squad, so he was in the Air Force, it looks like. World War I. 1953. So he didn't last much longer. And there's his placard. You don't see too many World War I soldiers. You see a lot of World War II, a lot of Civil War, but you don't see a lot of World War I out here anyway. I can't read these. They're worn out. (1862). So like I said, it's kind of unusual. when you see these very older ones just peppered out through a cemetery like this. Okay, so it's 1900s. Okay. So I'm gonna get in the car, drive around, because I've never been to this place. I see a lot of flags, lots of flags. I hope you can see all those flags. They're like everywhere. That means they're all veterans. So a lot of veterans out here. Great respect to you guys and gals, for your service. Thank you. This is 1906, 1911. Frank Lizard Wolf. I wonder if he was in Albert. That sounds in Alta. That's either probably, I'm not sure, but that's either German or it's Italian. So, okay guys, I'm gonna turn it off, and maybe there's a part 2. I don't know. We gotta go investigate a little bit further. Thanks for watching. Watch my other ones, please. Very interesting ones out here, you know. I mean, places I go to, Revolutionary War, old slave yards, burials, and Civil War, Revolutionary War. I'm finding them all. Pennsylvania has a lot of history of veterans, so that's why you have so many graveyards out here. All right, folks, thanks for watching.